Hey everyone, this is Rohit Rana. You're watching Leisure Martini, and I have a confession to make. I'm a full-on Kapil Sharma fan. I have probably watched all his episodes, the Kapil Sharma show, the comedy nights with Kapil. Let me share a secret with you, which has helped me immensely in life, which is that it's all right to admit that you like Kapil Sharma, even if you share every other day on your Facebook, on your Twitter, videos by AIB, EIC, these Sapan Vermas, these Anubhav Singh Bassis, Veer Das, etc., etc. Your friends and followers are going to stay your friends and followers. It's a great time to be a comedy fan. Over the last 15 years, there has been a surge of stand-up artists in India. It started with TV, the Laughter India, the Great India Laughter Challenge, and then slowly these stand-up artists burst onto the scene. We only knew a certain what is that name, Russell Peters up until that point, and we got his comedies on YouTube or through other channels up until that point. But then AIB emerged, then other groups emerged, and then there are all these independent comedians that have taken over the comedy scene and have gained immense popularity, earned a lot of money. So it's extremely hard to choose your favorite four or five comedians of all these people, because there are so many, and they're all good. I mean, most of them are good. Sometimes there may be a false note or a bad performance here and there, but mostly most of them are pretty good. But here are my Kapil Sharma fans five favorite comedians, stand-up comedians from YouTube. First up is Kenny Sebastian. He's probably my favorite stand-up comics from YouTube. Kenny is one of those comedians whose delivery, whose body language in itself is a character in his stand-ups, and he isn't doing anything extra. It's not like he's making all these gestures, doing some bit of a mimicry, nothing of that sort, but it's just him. He brings his own personality to his stand-ups, and it's so endearing to watch. He's one of those people, you watch his comedy and you're like, okay, he's extremely intelligent, witty, he can improvise really well, but at the same time he's very cute and funny and everything. So people like Abhishek Upmanyu and Kenny, they bring to the table their own personality. My favorite Kenny Sebastian stand up would be probably
Why I don't do jokes on politics?
it's funny, it's intelligent, it's a satire, it's making a political statement and everything. But of course, his what do you call them, sketches with Kanan Gill, they're just out of the world. They are like some of the best comedy I have ever seen. Saurabh Pant. Okay, I have very mixed feelings when it comes to Saurabh Pant. I don't find him, awfully funny. His writing is top notch, but I think he does a lot of things with his body. He goes over the top. Like, he tries to make a gesture out of every word he utters from his script, and I don't find that funny. And like, I like over the top, but I don't like his over the top. It throws me off. Funny that I have still included him as one of my favorite comedians, but it's for different reasons though. One reason is that his writing is top notch. I like what he's trying to say through his comedy, and it does leave an impact. I like how his writing is effectively conveying what he's trying to say. But more importantly, two, the more important reason why I like watching Saurabh Pant is it that reason doesn't have a lot to do with comedy per se. I think Saurabh Pant is one of the very few public figures who's very balanced in his views, in his political views, or in his views around, let's say, feminism or other social topics or movies, etc. Or he's arguably the only YouTube stand-up artist who has balanced views on everything. All of them, their views are pretty much skewed. Let's say, no, it's pretty evident. Like all of them, nearly every one of them is more left-leaning in their thought process, and even though they are very intelligent, very smart, very self-aware, very aware of everything that's happening around them, but I think sometimes they pretend a lot. For example, Kenny Sebastian or Veer Das, they pretend to present their opinions, to hold an opinion, to form an opinion over something after looking at all the sides. But that's only a pretension, because once you start reading their tweets, you know where their ideology lies, which is to say that except for Saurabh Pant, I think everybody else is just a slave to their political ideology, and I take exception to that, which is not the case with Saurabh Pant. Whether you are watching his comedies, or you are watching his interviews, the interviews that he's taking or giving, or just listening to him speak on different things, you can totally see that he is not bound by, he does not feel that he has to pick one side. He looks like someone who likes to use his own brains. He's not running after those influencers that are out there in the world, the Shashi Tharoors, the what is that girl's name, Greta something, that environmentalist, or if any stand-up comic is right-leaning, then Modi ji or Patra or whatever. He has his own brain. He's very opinionated. I'm not saying that he's diplomatic. He's politically diplomatic, but he puts forth his views very strongly. He thrashes both the sides, but then he also appreciates both the sides, and that is something I really like about him. And I would love to just sometimes sit across a table with Saurabh Pant and have discussions on different topics, express my views to him, and listen to what he has to say, because I think if I sit with him, I'll be a wiser man at the end of our discussion. And then you have Abhishek Upmanyu. He doesn't have a huge body of work, but I think probably 6-7 clips on YouTube, but each one of them is as good, or is better than the previous. He's very much like Kenny Sebastian. He has his own personality. His writing is great and everything, but it's the way he delivers those lines and the confidence that he exudes. It's almost like, he's also one of those people, sometimes you think maybe he does not have a script. He's doing this all improv. And yes, the observations and how he takes the real life incidents and spins a narrative around them, and converts them into funny anecdotes. It's perfect, and I'm always looking forward to his videos, and him and Kenny, Abhishek and Kenny. I think I have seen every stand-up that they have done, at least that's on YouTube, including those sketches and those shorts that Abhishek Upmanyu keeps putting out. Next up is Uruj Ashfaq. She's pure fun to watch. I confess, I have not seen a lot of female stand-ups, but of the ones that I've seen, I have no doubt that I like her the most. That she is the best female stand-up artist for me in India from the current lot. She's from that same category as Kenny and Abhishek Upmanyu. She has a body language that adds a character to her stand-ups, and it's endearing. She's funny, but she's cute, but that's not why you find her acts funny. She is funny, and also she takes on bold subjects mostly. She has her own opinions, and she's not afraid to put them forth. Also, I think she's one of those comedians who acknowledges the right to get offended. Her comedy has maybe offensive material, but she does not go overboard with that. She does not cross the line. She makes sure that that if you're watching her comedy, you're not outraged unnecessarily, and she would get views for that, she would get popular, she would start trending on Twitter. She may do it maybe sometime in future, but I'd be really surprised if she does that. To me, she seems to be someone with a very balanced viewpoint and very sensitive to her audience. Not like, again, I'm not saying that she does very straight up comedy, very sweet, very politically diplomatic and everything, but she has a voice, but she knows how to make use of that, how to make use of the platform that she's been given. My favorite Rouge Ashfaq stand up would be the one around, I think, religion, Uber ride, religion, something. Next up is probably India's finest stand-up comedian today, Veer Das. Watching Veer Das is like watching or hearing a spiritual guru speak. uh, let's say that speech that he gave at some university, it makes you feel like you're watching a rich man's Astha channel. By rich, I don't necessarily mean money. I mean, a well-read, not deluded by religion, who exercises his own brains and all of that. That's the kind of feeling when you hear Veer Das speak. That's how you feel about yourself. Now, Veer Das comes up with such divine, but very practical, very real notions that he makes me feel like he's someone, he's an 80-year-old man with a lifetime of experience in all matters. There is such a clarity of thought when he's talking. At the end of his, let's say, that speech that he gave at university, you feel like at the end of that speech, you are coming out as a very intelligent person who is now who's very incisive, and who is looking at things with a fresh perspective and everything. He's not always as funny as I think Kenny Sebastian or Abhishek Upanyu is, but then he's in a league of his own. But then, like I said with Saurabh Pant, he is all of this. Vedas is all of this, but then you go to his timeline and you maybe scroll down and read like 7 8 of his tweets, and you're like, nah, I don't like this guy. He's like Shah Rukh Khan. uh, Shah Rukh Khan is probably the brightest mind in Bollywood. Like when you hear him speak, like those speeches that he gives at universities, or his interviews with news channels, or those random shows, if you feel like this guy is so self-aware, self-facing, so intelligent, and he has knowledge across different fields, and give him any topic and he can speak for hours on that. And then you watch his Fair and Handsome ad, and then you watch his movies, especially the ones he has done over the last 10 years, and you're like, I don't like him. He's stupid. And the last name on the list is Tanmay Bhatt. Now, Tanmay Bhatt is he appears to be the smartest person I've ever seen on screen. He's a fantastic comedian, of course, no two ways about that. But I find listening to him in his interviews, for example, very very captivating. He says such big things in a very small, humblish way that you instantly like him. Again, I would love to sit across the table with him and just chat on different topics. Yes, I am very ambitious that ways. But it would be a great experience, but then I would also feel very uncomfortable because he's also a jerk. I mean, of course, we don't know these guys personally, so it would be unfair to for on my end to pass a personal comment. But then I've already done that twice in this video, so it's all right. I find Tanmay Bhatt extremely condescending, extremely judgmental. Like he's judging you all the time. You're sitting across the table with him, and when he's listening to you talk, he's like in his head he's like, अच्छा अभी humble बन रहा है, oh अच्छा अभी funny बनने की कोशिश कर रहा है, and he's constantly judging you every single second. He's passing like 10 judgments and passing snide remarks. So even though he may not say anything rude on my face, but I think he's bullying me in his own head, and that reaches me, and he knows that. But That's an opinion. That's just a guess. I may be completely wrong. Subscribe to Legend Martini for your daily dose of lifestyle, movies, fashion, career, health and wellness, and everything else under the sun. Don't forget to hit the bell icon.